Hello once again and welcome back to second chapter. We just beat Analyse. Now it's time to get our final key card. About Beta. Based on the data collected from the experiments performed throughout Liberl, the Beta has entered the final tuning phase. This emulator finally simulates the functionality of the original and manages a 90% synchronization rate with orbital fields. As a result, its size has increased, but execution of the gospel plan should be, following text redacted. Receive blue card key. So, part of the experiments that we were talking about and that Ouroboros has conducted thus far has been making sure that the gospels that they've manufactured themselves are 100% accurate to the ones from many, many years ago from the ancient Zemurian civilization. So the one we had in first chapter that was a big hullabaloo and we brought with us to Zeiss, to Professor Russell, that eventually got taken back by the intelligence division and all that. That is presumably one from the good old days. Did I just go down instead of up? I think I did. Whoops. So that's one from way back when. But now Ouroboros has been making their own, and they need to make sure that these new ones are up to snuff and close enough of a reproduction. Alright, I think this is the final area. We have already defeated the 3 enemies we expected to fight, the 3 bracers. Let's see here. Are they going to give me like an orbital charging station or something? Something to let me know I'm about to fight a boss? Yeah, well, they did both, okay. I was say, if you put a big red light in front of a door, that lets the player know that bad stuff's on the other side. Here we go. Hey, look, it's Ouroboros' emblem. Joshua? Joshua! Joshua, say something! But why are you so cold? Wake up! Wake up! Joshua! Joshua? Estelle, why are you here? Oh, thank you, Dios, hang on, Al. Dang it, get away! Joshua? Joshua, what? No! A dull weapon, as I feared. Now, what a dirty trick. That's the society for you. Oh, those delays didn't do anything to us. I mean, not damage-wise, but I think they still took effect. These things are really not that strong, are they? Oh, that's my fault for being so big. I missed one of them. Smoke cannon. Okay, good. I can still get all 3. I was afraid Ollie pushed that one on the right out of range. Alright, Kevin, let's see what you can do. Alright, it's recovery, support, and attack. Hey, Kevin's pretty good at support. Well, I think I have the perfect attack for this. Ooh, can I get all 3? Maybe. Ah, darn it. Looks like they're just far enough away to where I can't get all 3 of them. Alright, Ollie. Ah, he still has the range for it. Let's see. Are they close enough? No, not even. Not even remotely close enough. Alright, take care of the one on the right. Alright, these 3 attacks should take us home. Yeah, finish it up, Estelle. That was tough. Haha. You were just a fraction too slow in realizing the deception, I fear. I'm afraid this is check and mate. What? Oh, hell. Isn't this? Can't stay awake. It was a bit too easy a sport, really, but at least your reactions were amusing. It may be a small token of gratitude, but allow me to invite you to a place I think you'll find very interesting. Ugh. Ugh. Talk about walking right into a snake pit. Hey, Estelle, you alright? What's wrong? Estelle? Someone tell me this is a bad joke. There. Damn it. Well, we're controlling Kevin now. Ah, crap. Ugh. Estelle! I think whoever screams her name out depends on who you have with you. I feel like the first time it was Olivier for me. This is Estelle. Joshua! Why? It's okay. It's enough. I was always just a broken puppet. I can never go back to being human. So, enough. Enough. No! Thank you. Goodbye, Estelle. No! 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 Wow, what a scream. Are you okay, Estelle? Rin. Oh, good. It's just a dream. Did you have a scary nightmare? Yeah, a total nightmare. Now that freaky doll is even showing up in my dreams. I mean... Wait a second! Rin, what are you doing here? I was wondering when you were going to act all surprised. You're so laid back, Estelle. I love that about you. Yeah, well, forgive me for not being up on the ball right after waking up. Anyway, where... It's odd for me to be here, you know. We're actually at our brand new base. New base? Look out the window. Okay. What? Remember when I was like, Ouroboros has a ridiculous amount of technology. Well, now it gets really, really ridiculous. You weren't supposed to see the edge of the thing on the right. Look at this bullshit. This is ridiculous. That's too much. It's too much. I can't even. Like, the first time I saw this, I was like, okay. It's like, you proved your point, Falcom. Welcome aboard the Crimson Ark, the Glorious. This ship could beat up an entire army. Don't you think it's the best toy ever? You people, what are you planning on doing with something like this? Ah, our guest is finally awoken. Welcome aboard, Estelle. I trust your nap was restful. I'm not sure if this is Weissman or Louvet. I guess it's Weissman. I'm sure you're quite out of sorts, being brought aboard with no fanfare. Fear not, we have brought you here to not cause you any harm. Far from it, in fact. You're free to relax here. Why don't we take the chance to have a nice chat? About the society, about our goals, and about our common friends. I think I can answer many of your questions. Fine. Not like I have much of a choice. Let's hear it. Excellent. I'll be waiting. Rin, be a darling and show Estelle the way up here, would you? Sure, okay. Come on, Estelle. Let's go to the sanctuary. Sanctuary? It's a really pretty room on top of the deck of the ship. The professor's waiting for us there. Alright, show me the way. Aw, you don't need to be so serious. I think you'll really like what he has to say. Huh? What do you mean? You'll just have to find out. Anyway, follow me. Come on, come on. So now we're actually controlling Ren. Yeah, the Glorious is ridiculous. It's... oh, I don't even know how to put in words like how utterly batshit it is. I said Ouroboros has like the funding and the technological might of a nation all their own. Knock out meatballs. Letting you know that stuff's gonna go down in here. You just pick up items at a chest. But yeah, when I said that they have a lot of stuff, they got a lot of stuff, including a cruiser ship, the likes of which doesn't exist anywhere else on the continent that I know of. Glorious. It has its own fucking floor map. Let's see. This place is also kind of hard to navigate. Access to the sanctuary in the engine room is restricted. Please provide voice identification. Enforcer number 15, Ren. Codename Angel of Slaughter. Destination, Sanctuary. Access granted. Welcome, Enforcer Ren. Also, this is the first time that kind of technology has appeared. Yeah, this is what the 13 factories are capable of. And here we are. This is the sanctuary. The professor should be just be inside. Hey, Ren, what is it? Were you the one controlling that Joshua puppet in the base? Uh-huh, that's right. The professor asked me to do it. Neat, huh? So you're a victim of the society too. Huh? Never mind. Well, here I go. See you later. Just go down this hallway and you'll be in the sanctuary. Go on, the professor's waiting. So, if you were to compare this thing in size with the Arcel, obviously it's not as fast as the Arcel. But the Arcel is like a bug compared to the size of the Glorious. Time for that chance encounter. But not with Joshua. Welcome aboard the Glorious. It's been some time since we last met, Estelle. Professor Alba, I thought it was you. I'd finally remembered when I heard your voice a minute ago. Cassius Bright's daughter continues to impress. The seal on your memory wasn't particularly strong, but throwing it off on your own is still worth some manner of praise. My apologies. I've yet to properly introduce myself. My true name is George Weissman. I am one of the Anguis supervisors of the Society. In Anguis? So you're like one of the high commanders of the Society? Something like that. Now, as I said before, I'm completely prepared to answer any questions you may have. What would you like to ask first? Honestly, there's so much to ask. I'm not even sure where to start. You needn't fret. Take your time thinking things over. If it pleases you, I could play a relaxing etude while you collect your thoughts. Yeah, I think I'll pass. You know, you didn't strike me as someone who'd be into that sort of thing. Well, whatever. Here's a question for you. Was the whole poor archaeologist thing a total act or what? Putting the poverty aside, I actually am an archaeologist. And, as an aside, I picked up the pipe organ during my time with the church. I may not be that Erebonian you spend so much time with, but dare I say I'm decent, wouldn't you? Hang on, the church? Like the Septian? I was something of an academic priest. A chance meeting with the Grandmaster led me to discarding the path of faith. My knowledge of artifacts, paltry as it is, still proves useful from time to time, thankfully. With our current plan in particular. The one who tempted Colonel Richard into starting the coup, and the one who arranged all the gospel experiments, it was you. It certainly was. And it was all for the sake of our cause. Your gospel plan? I saw something in the research facility about that. Your plan is to take the Ariel, isn't it? Take the Ariel? That's not entirely accurate. But for the purposes of this conversation, it will suffice. Yes. What is the Ariel anyway? Why do you want it so bad? I know it's said to be one of the treasures of Adios, but just what is it? For the moment, I must keep the exact nature of the Ariel a secret. I would, after all, so hate to spoil the surprise. The surprise, right, thanks. Our plan has moved into its third phase. Very, very soon, its true nature will be plain to see. I can barely contain my anticipation. And once the Ariel has shown itself, then we will see the potential of mankind unfurl before our eyes. The potential of mankind. Ragnar said something about that too. Oh? The Holy Beast was willing to bestow his wisdom upon you? Perhaps you are doing more than simply living in your father's shadow. Spare me the flattery. And what the hell? I keep asking you things and you keep dodging the answers. Do forgive me. It wasn't my intention to be so evasive. I can, however, easily answer the question I know you want to ask most. The what? What keeps you from asking it? Don't be afraid. Muster your courage and ask it of me. Joshua. Where's Joshua? His exact location is currently unknown to me. From what I've observed, he's up to something with those sky bandits. Their movements have proven to be quite elusive, though he is alive and well, I can assure you. Okay. Joshua's specialties are covert operation and guerrilla warfare. I was the one who turned him to excel at such, but he has long since surpassed even my greatest expectations. I gleefully await seeing the height of his potential. You... Come now, you needn't look so angry. When Joshua was entrusted to my care, his heart was akin to a glass ornament dashed against a paving stone. He was my first attempt at rebuilding such a shattered soul. It is not natural, you think, for an academic to be curious about the results of his work. What did you tell Joshua on the day of the Queen's birthday celebrations? I merely removed the block on his memory and told him the truth. That he, once taken into your home, had unwittingly been acting as a spy and sending guild information to the Society. That Richard's coup succeeded in its own right because of him, and finally that, thanks to his efforts, the ground was at last fertile for our plan. I even rewarded him. I formally released him from his obligations to the Society. I finally get it. Why Joshua, that night, why he disappeared. Why he said goodbye with that look on his face. Yes, I must say I did find that regrettable. To think Joshua would abandon you so coldly after regaining himself. I recommended he just pretend he knew nothing of it and continue his life with you, but alas, I suppose my generosity backfired, no. I'm amazed. I'm amazed you could even say that. You were the one who chased Joshua into a corner in the first place. He didn't have a choice. So he had to look like that. And give his harmonica to me. And say goodbye, Estelle. All of it. Every last bit. It's all your fault. Louvet, the hell did you come from? I was here from the start. You simply didn't bother to notice. What an undignified performance. You performed so well in completing my challenges, too. Did I not teach you to think before you act? Come on, give her some credit. It'd take balls to pick a fight with him. Agreed. Regardless of her skills, her courage certainly is impressive. Though I wonder if we should call it courage or more foolishness. Oh, crap. So you're the Divine Blade's daughter. This would be the first time we've met. I am Enforcer number 0, Campanella the Fool. Nice to meet you. Another one? Stop it, guys, you're scaring Estelle. Rin, too? You don't need to worry, Estelle. I know what I said last time, but we aren't here to hurt you or anything. Promise. Huh? Hey, Professor! Why not ask Estelle right now? Well, now is as good a time as any. How about it, Estelle? Would you like to join Ouroboros? What? I'm sorry, I misheard that. Would you say that one more time? I asked if you would like to join the Society of Ouroboros. You wouldn't become a full-fledged enforcer right away, of course. You would be more a candidate for the position. What? Are you insane? Come now. It's hardly the leap of logic you're thinking. Joshua has been rather stubborn about returning, but with you here, he would undoubtedly come back to us, and to you. Oh, Estelle, you want to see Joshua again more than anything else, right? If you join us, that'll come true right away. What's there to even think about? But, Now, Rin, Estelle might need some time to weigh her options. We will be departing the ship for a little while on business, Estelle. You may give us your answer when we return. And I do apologize for this, but your options must remain fairly limited during your stay. Feel free to request anything you need, but you'll be staying in your cabin. If I join the society, I'll meet Joshua again. That's all but guaranteed. Besides, I don't have to join them for real, right? I can just, pretend to join them and learn more about how they operate. I'm not the best actress in the world, so it might be hard, but it's better than just being locked up. No, that's stupid. That isn't the way I do things. Pardon me. Huh? You. No need to be so on guard. I have no intention of harming you. Though if you try something like that little stun of yours earlier, I may have no other choice. Well, sorry. What are you doing here anyway? Weren't you guys going out somewhere? The professor and the others are the ones who will be advancing the plan. I'm staying behind and minding the glorious. What is it you people are planning on doing? If you wish to find out, why not accept the professor's invitation? You'll learn most of our plans if you do. It seems you have your answer, but you're still hesitating, aren't you? If you want my advice, Estelle Bright, you are not suited for the Society of Ouroboros at all, in both ability and personality. Man, do you have to be so completely blunt about it? Don't misunderstand me. The potential for the necessary skill is within you, somewhere. But your personality... You have too little darkness within you to be part of Ouroboros. Darkness? All those in service of the Grandmaster bear some kind of darkness on their shoulders. Myself, the Professor, the other enforcers, Joshua too, needless to say. Hey, what's your relationship to Joshua anyway? Our relationship? Joshua was weirdly focused on you. He seemed to know who you were, even though he didn't recognize you with that mask on. And on top of that, it seemed like he was desperate to find out who you were. That doesn't surprise me. The professor sealed away part of his memory. He was hypnotized in such a way that the moment he left the society, he could remember little about us. Even if he remembered his actions as part of the society, he could not remember his confederates. That would have been the core of his dilemma. The memories of his childhood would be the same. Even if he remembers Karen, he likely would only loosely remembered me. I see, so that's why. Wait, Karen! I've heard that name before. Karen Astray. A childhood friend of mine, and Joshua's older sister. Karen is the name that Joshua used when he and Estelle posed as maids at Grancel Castle. She died 10 years ago. What? That harmonica you have was originally Karen's. Joshua held on to it as a memento, and then it was passed on to you. Joshua had an older sister? How did Karen, pass away? I hope you know what you're really asking. The answer to that question requires staring into the abyss in which Joshua and the rest of us reside, and it will stare back. Are you prepared for that? Tell me. I don't know if I'm ready for what's coming or whatever, but I want to know what kind of path Joshua has followed. If nothing else, I have to know that. As you wish. It was a little over 10 years ago, back when you could still find the village of Hamel on maps of Erebonia and Liberal. Hamel was a tiny little place. There weren't many other young people, so the three of us were always together. I dreamed of becoming a bracer, and I spent my free time practicing my swordship. Karen and Joshua would watch and encourage me. That was how we whiled away the days. Once I was done with practice, we would turn our ears to Karen's harmonica. Karen could play anything on that harmonica, anything. But my favorite was always the old Erebonian folk song, The Whereabouts of Light. It seemed like that bliss would last forever. We believed that. We had no reason to doubt it. The day dawned and began just like any other, and then they came. A band of invaders, garbed in black and armed with Liberalian weaponry, came from nowhere. They encircled the village and slaughtered everyone in sight. None were spared. Not the old and infirm, not the young and defenseless, not even infants. Those who were killed quickly in the opening moments were the luckiest by far. And the women, even in this telling, there are some things I will not recount. We fled desperately from that hell. We were lucky to be in a position to escape when the attack began. We fled for the outskirts of the village, the screams of our own families carried to our ears on the wind. Once we'd gotten to the outskirts, I told Karen and Joshua I would act as bait to confuse any pursuers. I promised them I would catch up to them soon and sent them ahead. But the attackers, they had laid their plans well. They had people in position to deal with any who tried to flee. When I'd finally caught up to them, the scene was strangely quiet. A man, dead, shot through the throat. Joshua with a gun in his hand, dumbstruck. And Karen, holding Joshua with a horrific wound on her back. She was barely breathing at that point. Even now, the scene seems surreal to me. Karen was calm and content. She entrusted her harmonica to Joshua, then asked that I take care of him. And then she died quietly there in that clearing. Why did that? The Empire invaded Liberal almost immediately afterwards. A defenseless little village, its inhabitants slaughtered by men with Liberalian arms. It was almost too perfect an excuse to invade. It can't be. Liberalian troops doing that? When the local garrison found us, they were adamant the invaders were Liberalian. When the war ended a few months later with the Empire's defeat, however, we were given a different tale entirely. They told us instead that a band of Jaeger dropouts had turned to pure brigandry. They had told us never to speak to anyone else of the attack. The Erebonian authorities announced that Hamel had been destroyed in a landslide, and all roads leading there were to be closed completely. Hold on, what? Why would they lie about that? Neither explanation makes sense. That's almost like... Indeed, everything was a fabrication by the Warhawks in the Empire to justify the invasion of Liberal. At the end of the war, the ruse was discovered, and the Imperial government was thrown into a panic. They conceded to a comprehensive peace, and it executed nearly everyone involved in the plot, all to pretend that it never happened. That, Estelle Bright, is the tragedy of Hamel in full. That was also when Joshua's heart was broken entirely. He was now burdened with the torturous death of his sister, his parents, everyone he knew, and even the shock of taking another man's life. How could that not shatter the soul of a 6-year-old child? You've likely heard the rest from Joshua. His spirit was so wholly broken that he lost all will to do anything but play that harmonica. He began to waste away. That was when the two of us were found by Weissman. To save Joshua's life, I'd entrusted him to Weissman's care and threw myself into Ouroboros training. And then, 2 years later, Joshua, repaired as he was by Weissman, followed the same path. This is darkness, Estelle Bright. Do you understand what sort of gulf separates you and Joshua now? Do you understand what he stares into every day? I do, yeah. Now I think I really understand why Joshua left. Hey, next time you see him, tell Weissman thanks, but no thanks. I'll never join Ouroboros. It's not because I like or dislike the society, but as long as I'm going to pull Joshua back over that gulf you mentioned, forget it. Although I do feel kind of bad about letting Ren down after she went through all this trouble to invite me. Hey, you think she'll forgive me if I say I'm sorry? You're one of a kind, Estelle Bright. To hear those horrors and thus lose your hesitation, you truly are more than just the daughter of the Divine Blade. Thanks for the compliment, I guess. And you say all that, but you care about Joshua too, right? You guys were friends. Or maybe more like brothers. Let me be absolutely clear. That was 10 years ago. To me now, he is nothing more than a rogue element to be eliminated. What? The professor seems to enjoy letting Joshua do as he pleases. I have a different plan in mind. Sooner or later, I will deal with Joshua personally. Wait a second, what the hell is this? Karen asked you to take care of him. Doesn't that mean anything to you? I have my own path I've chosen for myself. I've dedicated myself to my goal, and any who stand in my way shall die by my blade. Not even Karen's final request will stop me. How can you? Those are... The professor and the others, yes. Looks like the third stage of the plan is getting underway. The third stage? What's... That is not for you to know. Once we're finished, you'll be returned to your father. Behave until then. Now just a... As one final note, don't even think of attempting to escape. The Glorious is 8,000 arch above ground. You've nowhere to run. Don't even think of attempting to escape, he says. As if he doesn't know that it's human nature for me to want to do the exact opposite. Besides, he's the only enforcer on board. Alright, why not? Let's do this. Okay, the timing is going to be everything. If I can figure that out, I'll be good. Let's see. I'll wait a couple hours until they let their guard down, and then... Right, it's worth a shot. So this was a memento of Karen, huh? You shouldn't throw away something like this so easily, you idiot. Hey, time to change shifts. How's the girl acting? Quiet as a mouse. She might be a bracer, but she's still just a kid. Probably curled up in bed, scared out of her mind. Babysitting while everyone else is out sucks. This is so boring. I want to get in there into the action. Quit your whining. These are Leonhardt's orders. And hell if I'm not going to follow his instructions to the letter. What was that sound? Hey, what are you doing? You don't think she escaped? Damn it. That stupid girl, does she not get where she is? Is she trying to kill herself or something? Ugh, Gehenna, take me right now. She probably fell. You've got to be kidding me. What are we gonna tell Leonhardt that'll let us keep our heads? That damn brat. Nothing but a load of trouble. Damn brat, huh? Ugh. You. Nice try, old man. Ugh. Never underestimate a bracer. First of all, don't you think that was a little rude? Calling a sweet maiden like myself a damn brat. It wasn't me. I didn't call you that, I swear. Oh, you didn't? Well, you didn't correct your buddy then. Either way, it's nap time for you. Okay. Reinforcements are probably gonna get here really quick, so I should book it. There's gotta be some way off this boat. And I won't give up. Not until I see Joshua. Not until I see that dummy again. You won't stop for anything, Luve. Well, neither will I. And so we have control. Ooh, boy. So, you finally got the full truth of Hamel. So I've been thinking about this a lot. And you could make a really strong, like, debate about where the Trail series quote-unquote begins. Like, where would you like to say that it begins? Would you like to say that Trails begins at the start of first chapter? Does it start when Joshua gets taken in by the Brights? Does it start with the Orbital Revolution 50 years prior? Would you like to say that it starts all the way back to the Great Collapse of the ancient Zemurian civilization? I think it's up to you. But I like to think that the Trail series really kicks off with what happens in Hamel. Hamel is the first domino that falls and has led to a lot of things that happen in this series. More than you know even still. Let's see, I picked up the chest out of these rooms. How am I going to get out of here? I've actually kind of forgotten. You were here, so we can't go to the sanctuary. So our only choice is to go out through this end over here. I think we can access this elevator, or is it a staircase? It's an elevator. And yeah, can't get past those things. What is this? Got some crazy archaisms going on. Oh, you can also kind of tell on this guy's left arm there that he's got the Ouroboros emblem. At a very low resolution again. But yeah, it's time to break out of here. And of course, the freaking Glorious is so big and it's full of traps. Why would those be there? Well, I guess someone turned on the security system when they heard that she broke out. I was like, well, what if like a normal dude was walking through that hallway? Would that still activate? I guess not. Alright, this way we go then. Thankfully, these archaisms are not going to bother me. Especially because I'm just by myself here. This is like the flying guy we encountered with Kevin on the wall. So there are little bridges across certain sections here. Here we go. So it allows us to go around those traps. Kind of defeats the purpose of the traps, doesn't it? I mean, I guess they're hoping that the archaisms stop her. But you can't just kind of walk around them. Yeah, so the first time I played second chapter, I did not catch the detail that Joshua used Karin's name at the castle. So if you could go back and find that video in which Estelle and Joshua dress up as maids to go meet with the Queen. When the guards stop and ask their name, I think it's after the conversation with Alicia, they're leaving. And when they stop and ask what their names are, you have an option with Estelle. You can pick like Shara, you can pick her mother's name, Letta. But Joshua says Karin, and like as I read that, like I'd forgotten that's what happens. I don't know if it comes through at all, but I tried my hardest to like cover my shock of reading that. Darn it, wrong way. This looks like the main deck. Someone, please tell me why this thing has to be so ridiculously huge and easy to get lost in. At this point, my only hopes are to either find a parachute or somehow take control of one of the smaller airships. Either way, gotta keep going. Oh boy, we should save. We should save harder than we've ever saved before. Oh boy, here we go. The Hamel read was difficult for me, but it's gonna get a lot harder in the next hour. There she is! They got great swords. Crap! That's far enough, girly. Not too bad, though, escaping from the custody of the Glorious and all. The daughter of Cassius Bright does not disappoint. You understand, of course, that trying to resist is pointless. Be a good little girl and lay down your weapon. What a pathetic showing, Estelle Bright. Huh? Oh, don't recognize me with the helmet, do you? Fine then, Look into the face of the one who bested you. Huh? You remember at last. I doubt you would ever thought to encounter me again, even in your worst nightmares. Oh, I love that you can say who again? This is Gilbert, the assistant to Mayor Dalmore, who was involved in the Ruan schemes in the first chapter. Oh, I think I remember you. You're Mayor Dalmore's something or other, I think. How can you be so uncertain? Yes, I am Gilbert, former steward of Mayor Dalmore. You can't even remember those who you have arrested? Unbelievable. Well, excuse the heck out of me for being surprised. I mean, first of all, didn't we hand you over to the army for trial and stuff? How'd you even manage to get here? You doubt my resourcefulness. During the coup, I managed to escape in the chaos. Shortly thereafter, Ouroboros found me, and so I pledged my allegiance to them. I don't know whether to call that tenacious or just thick-headed. Are you really seriously a Jaeger? You're not actually going to fight, are you? And again, you underestimate me. I'm a prodigy of the sword as much as the pen, a master of both. But, I remember you screamed back when you got roughed up by those special ops guys at the lighthouse. Do you really think you're cut out for combat? It was all high-pitched too, like... Silence! I have been a part of a huge number of combat enhancement programs since I first entered the Society's service. My physical abilities have been greatly increased, and my knowledge of battle tactics is unparalleled. You think you can best me again, Bracer scum? For the love of... I'll just play along for now. Now then, Estelle Bright. If you want to live, throw aside your stick, get down on your knees, and beg for mercy. If you do that, I may even forgive your past transgressions. Oh, what an offer. I'm moved to tears over here, really. But sorry, I'm pretty thick-headed too. Maybe I can't beat one of your crazy enforcers on my own, but I can sure throw down with the likes of you. So bring it on, Screamer. Oh god. Frickin' Gilbert. And so it begins, the Gilbert running joke. Oh, I shouldn't rush through that. Yeah, he has like little battle quotes as you beat his ass. He's a huge coward. Guard max, huh? Ooh, that's a free shield there. Gonna have to hit him at least once to get that down. Gilbert is muttering to himself. Alright, here's what we'll do. I'll use Hurricane. See if can I get all three of these guys? Yeah. I won't hit the top guy, but it'll get rid of his guard. Heavy Smash. For 0 damage, congratulations. You guys are getting beat up by a girl. The song's pretty cool though.
Let's see what color your blood is.
Oh man, Gilbert's like the best running joke. So you can destroy the mine as well. Oh, bad news, Gilbert. It's just you and me. Oh, do I want to waste an S-craft on this loser? Sure, why not? I can just get it back.
Wanna see what I got?
This better kill or else I'm gonna be really mad.
Too slow.
Get a wreck, son.
It's just a flesh wound. All right, we rule.
That was a lot of Sepith. How in the world? Impossible. We outnumbered her. See? That's what a bracer can do, jerkwads. She's Cassius Bright's daughter, all right. We shouldn't have underestimated her. Right then, pop the safeties. Surprised, are we? Behold, one of the gifts of Ouroboros. Our bodies surge with the power of the Society's technology. We are far greater than normal men, especially when the safeties are off. Just in time. Looks like you're having a hard time. Allow me to assist. That won't be necessary. She's put up quite a fight, but we'll wear her down eventually. You're welcome to watch, of course. I wasn't talking about you. What are you? Too slow. What? Huh? What are you doing? Sorry, but you're not cut out for this. Bloof! Really, what are you thinking? You may be a full bracer, but you're still a total loose cannon. What were you going to gain by trying to fight them all by yourself? No way. Joshua? This isn't a dream, is it? Things would be nicer if this were a dream. Unfortunately, reality isn't so convenient. Huh? You finally showed yourself. It's been a while, Louve. You knew I would find my way on board. It was entirely possible, given your skills. Still, I'm curious as to how you actually managed it. I boarded one of the scout ships that went ahead of the Glorious to check its route. None of the enforcers were about, so it was fairly trivial to sneak in. You even guessed that Weissman would request the Ark. You really haven't lost your touch, Black Fang. All thanks to you, really. Though it always was a bit nerve-wracking, wondering if you or someone else would find me. There are few who can see through your skill at obfuscation. But stealth has its weakness. The instant someone notices you, you lose your one advantage. You have lost your advantage, Black Fang. What do you think a Fang can do against the Blade Lord? Wait! For your information, Louve, I'm still plenty ready to go. I don't care how strong you are. We won't make it that easy on... Stand back, Estelle. Louve's powerful. More so than the both of us combined. And knowing that, you still came here. Some might call that naive, but I know you better than that. What drove you to leave her in the first place? If you wish to protect someone, protect them. If you wish to cut them from your life, then do it, completely. Did I not teach you to be thorough, to be decisive? Yes, you did. That was the very first lesson you taught me after Weissman was done tuning me. If she means that much to you, you should never have left her side. You should have stayed with her, tormented by guilt or otherwise. The fact that you didn't is just another form of escapism, nothing but deceit. I know that, Louve. I know what you're trying to tell me. Do you really? Joshua. But in that case, what about you, Louve? This should have been my price alone to pay, my burden. And yet you joined the society too, and now they call you Blade Lord. Why are you still working with Weissman? My cooperation with Weissman has nothing to do with you. I do so because of my desires. Your desires? You mean about Karen? Petty revenge won't bring Karen back. So I want to see if her death was worth it. I want to put humanity to the test. That's why I'm working with the professor. Put humanity to the test? Enough talking. You have three options. You and the girl both surrender. You protect the girl and you die. Or you abandon the girl and escape by yourself. Make your choice. Joshua! I'm sorry, but I'll be taking option 4. What? What? You. I fiddled with the orbital engines a little. Left alone, the Society's glorious ark will soon be a wreck on the ocean floor soon. Hey Joshua, could you maybe warn me when you... You really are a magician. You need authorization for the engine room, so I didn't think you'd be able to worm your way in there. I altered each of the 22 engines in a slightly different manner. Weissman could sort it out, maybe Ren too. But with them gone, the only one left is you, Louve. Final ace in the hole to put a stop to the plan. Well done. But to use it now, just how long do you intend to keep deluding yourself? I hope you have an answer when we meet next. I'll be looking forward to it. Joshua? We can talk later. I've got an airship prepared for escape. We need to head down the stairs ahead of us and get to the hangar. Yeah, come on. It's happening. Equipment. Good to have you back, buddy. Let's go. So there's still quite a bit of the Glorious left. And to be honest, I don't quite know my way around it. Too much of the Glorious looks too samey. Like, look at this. This looks like the same room we came from, but it's not. It's a different layer of it. So yeah, things get a little turned upside down in here. There is something that's a little different about Joshua. So I don't know. I guess it's been there before. We just haven't really seen it. I don't know. Maybe they do hide it from you until you get control of him. But for one, if you think back to what happened back at the Ouroboros base with the puppet version of Joshua, it was obviously a fake. For one, it was wearing his outfit from... Oh, that hurts you if you touch it, huh? How about that? He was wearing his outfit from first chapter and not what he has on now. It is different. And there's a key change in Joshua's like artistic design. Oh, god damn it. How would that even fit in the frickin' like, come on. That one's a little ridiculous, huh? So he has the same stuff that we saw him with earlier in the game when we got to play a little bit. Oh, he's strong. He's real strong. And he doesn't even have an orbit build up just yet. I'll have to do that in a little while. Oh, I missed. Yeah, that's one downfall of not having a properly prepared orbit. Alright, let's take this one out. Boom.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Oh, it's a stealth weapon. So the change in Joshua's artistic design, this shows it really well. Oh, and notice that he's not depicted as Joshua Bright, but Joshua Stray still. So on his right arm is a particular mark. We've seen this is the same like design that has appeared on certain Ouroboros property. That's important, and it really shows off bright red on his character model. There you go. I mean, granted the resolution's microscopic, but whatever. He did not have that in first chapter at all. That there is a reason for that thing that we'll be getting into a little later. Let's see if I can find my way out of this area. Jesus Christ. Luckily, even though Estelle's not technically the leader at the moment, her orbit, her cloak quartz still comes in handy. Let's see, what's over here? This just crosses over, right? I bet there's something in this room over here. Or not. Alright, whatever. Let's go out through the top. So we're heading towards the very bottom of the Glorious. There is like a hangar where those smaller patrol ships dock in. Use the orbital... There we go. Wasn't standing close enough to it. So even further down this... Let's see, is this... Yeah, I know this area. I'm familiar with this bit of the ship. Can you open this? No. This is the lowest area. This would be like where you would exit if it were landed. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with any of these stupid archaisms. Ah, more of this bullshit. Come on, don't put another one. Please, not another one. Just let me through. Yeah, how about that? Unless, oh, that's bullshit. It tricked me. I was afraid of that. Okay, so can I go further if I go through this route, or is it going to loop back? No, it does go a little bit further. Oh, it stops. Jesus Christ, freaking Ouroboros. How the heck is anyone supposed to walk on this ship? Okay, this door then. This should let me get past. Assuming there's not something in this hallway, yay. Oh, that's where that leads out, okay. And then hopefully I can make a right here. Here we go. This is the end. Yeah, this will let me out onto the ground floor again. Through here. Got another elevator. Okay, so we weren't at the lowest part. This is the lowest part now. But, oh no. I was thinking of a different part of the ship. I guess that starting part is the only place where there's like an elevator that you can interact with the voice control. There's something very interesting about that area. Holy! Since when does an airship have its own landing port? Yes, the Crimson Ark, the glorious pride of the society, is meant to be a mothership of sorts. It can provide berthing up to 12 smaller vessels. That's unbelievable! I secured a ship earlier for our escape. It's in the hangar farthest in. Got it. Okay, this is where we stop when we pick up next time. We try to escape the Glorious and see what happens. And I'll do a little bit of orbment play to save some time as well. See you guys in the next one.